All right, so Jalen, man, semifinals of the Bolitnikov. So what does that mean to you to be named one of the top 11 receivers in the country?
It's an honor. I give all glory to God. Uh, I'm really just shocked because of the way I worked. I expected it, to be honest, and that's it. Really, I'm still working.
I mean, you had great
Top
seasons.
11? You expected to be in the? You expected to make the semifinals?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I believe in my work ethic.
I mean, you've had great seasons last year and even the year before. You were very good, but just to get recognized like that, is it nice to see that kind of recognition coming into play, especially your senior year?
It definitely can help me in the long run in doing what I'm trying to do at the next level, if anything. But I'm not surprised by anything. It's all God and His work.
What really made you kind of choose North Texas, and how did you kind of build a relationship when you were getting recruited with the staff?
Like I said, it really wasn't what made me choose North Texas. It was kind of Coach Latrell taking a chance on me more so than anything, and me just believing in God and following the path He got for me. And I'm here where I am today, and I'm thankful.
I mean, you were obviously a very good high school player. Why do you think that more programs kind of didn't want to take that chance on you, even though you were so productive?
One, being undersized, that's obvious, and I played quarterback in high school, so I really couldn't show teams what they really needed to see and what position I was going to play at the next level. I just kind of did what was best for the team and what my coaches needed me to do in high school, and I feel I did a good job, and God blessed me with the opportunity here.
A lot of receivers who are as productive as you are sort of, like you mentioned, kind of those bigger guys who are able to kind of just go over the top. I mean, how at your size have you been able to consistently get as open as you do, consistently, create those mismatches and consistently put up those kind of numbers?
I'm just being me. I'm just being consistent, doing what I do each and every day at practice, and just making it translate on Saturdays.
Was there any point during your recruitment where I guess you started to doubt yourself, or how did you kind of keep your confidence up and your belief?
Nah, I'm gonna double down on myself. I definitely had the faith in myself and my work ethic. Like I said, I'm just going back on my training and how I trained to get here, and which is why I'm playing how I'm playing. It's not anything else.
Y'all have UTEP this week at home. Just what have you seen from the guys as far as going into this last game and the energy that y'all have?
Like I said, we're practicing hard. We're making sure we can do the small things right because at the end of the day, that's what's gonna get us the dub. So we're really just focusing on us and controlling what we can control.
Was there a point, kind of early in your career, where you kind of realized that you had a chance, that I guess you could compete at this level, and that you could potentially be a special player at this level?
Like I said, it just goes back to my work ethic. Since my freshman year, I already knew I wanted to play as a freshman. I knew my goals, I already had them set out. So it was more so just putting the work in and trying to achieve those goals, which I feel I've done a good job.
What were did you kind of set forth specific goals? Like, did you have a list?
Nah, not really. It was just more so getting on the field and taking the smallest opportunity and making it the biggest. That's what I pride myself on. That's how I move.
Where does this confidence come from?
Just like it just go back to the work. It's a lot of work put in behind this. So a lot of people don't see that. A lot of people just see what I do on Saturdays. A lot of people don't see how I'm practicing and how I'm forcing myself to get these routes and knowing what plays I'm gonna have in the game and trying to make the best of my opportunity. A lot of people don't see that. So I just take that and just keep going with it.
Where do you think that your work ethic comes from?
My mom and my dad, being in the household I was being in, having a lot of siblings. They not my brothers and sisters, but I treat them like my brothers and sisters because I grew up with them. So it's just a lot behind this. It's a lot behind why I go so hard.
How big were Jalen Guyton, Rico Bussey, Mike Law? I mean, you go down the list of receivers that you play with at UNT. Just how big were they in helping you progress as a player? And I mean, just talk about those relationships that you still have.
They just opened my eyes to things that I couldn't see or that I was too young to see. But at the end of the day, I'm my own man. I'm trying to take my own footsteps. I appreciate all of them because they always giving me feedback on trying to help me better my work ethic and critiquing my skill and my play. So I appreciate them for that for sure.
What exactly do you think, or what I guess was the situation? I guess where you. Let me rephrase that. How did your parents kind of help inspire you from a work ethic perspective?
For one, my mom put me in football, so that right there, let alone, just kind of drove me because she going out her way, making sure that I'm making it to practice, making sure that I'm making it to school on time, and doing things of that nature to keep me happy. So that's kind of why I go so hard. And then with my pops passing away, that's just even more motivation. So I can't really just speak on all of that, but I'm thankful for sure.
When did that happen?
In the summer.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I'm sorry to hear that, man.
For sure, appreciate it.
What does it mean for you to what does it mean for you to have a chance, to be the most productive receiver in North Texas history?
Like I said, I don't really, to be honest, look at that. I just look at coming to work every day, giving my all, and making sure my teammates know how hard I work, because at the end of the day, if you work hard, everything else is going to come to you.
For you, Jalen, have you made a decision on heading off to the NFL or coming back for another year?
I don't really know. I got to talk it over with my family. I haven't really came to a decision yet. I'm still trying to win games.
So you decide that after the season sometime?
Yeah, when I get the chance to. Yes, sir.
Is it validating to you now? Because you mentioned you're not surprised by any of this. You knew that this was within you, but is it validating now that that kind of your dreams and your goals are coming to fruition?
Yeah. Like I said, I kind of know the work I put in, so I'm not shocked by any of this. If anything, it's just opening other people's eyes and showing them that I work hard, and if you stay down, then you'll come up.
When do you feel like you really committed yourself to that work ethic, to working harder than everybody else?
I'm going to be honest, I really locked into football after the month after my dad passed. I just went into a Kobe mode. It's just a mode I just went into. I can't come out of. That's all I can say.
What's the feeling like for you and just for the team going into this one?
We're just excited to get another opportunity. Just enjoying the time with each other. I think that's the biggest thing is you get older, you really start to enjoy the camaraderie with your teammates, and definitely through this pandemic, like not taking anything for granted. And so I'm just enjoying it, and going out and working hard every day, and just excited to get to play at home again. I thought last week was the last one, so getting another opportunity is really exciting. So.
How tough has this year been for you and just for the team as far as just going through all the ups and downs of playing, not playing, wins, losses, all that stuff? Just how challenging has that been?
Yeah, it's tough to get ready every week. We had that stretch of like a month where we just didn't play. Get called on Thursday or whatever that the game's off, and you've been preparing hard to get ready for that week, and it's really kind of demoralizing for that. But I think the worst thing is racking up those losses and stuff. That's something that we're trying to turn around and stuff. That's the most painful thing in sports. And luckily we've got to make up most of those games that we missed. So. That's been good. This season has really felt like a long season. We've only played 8 games, but we've been going since the end of July or whatever it's been. So it's been a long season, but I just appreciate everybody's coming to work every day, and it's been good to see that people just aren't quitting. That we're still out here fighting. So.
What have you seen from the 2 quarterbacks now that the season's almost done now at this point? The way that Coach Luttrell has obviously used them both. Just what have you seen from both of them and their progression and just how they've kind of handled the situation? Yeah, obviously not having a spring and everything's been tough, I feel like, for the whole team, and just seeing them get a better grasp of the offense throughout the year, and making plays. We've set 2 records of most yards in a game this year, and so obviously they're both young and they'll keep getting more experience as they get in the spring and stuff like that. So just be able to open up the offense more as kind of the years kind of went on, and just having different opportunities that we can do with each one. I think they're both going to be great quarterbacks. Just get more experience and stuff, and that's for every player really. So.
A story on Dion Hare Griffin. He's been here 5 years, like you have. I think you're even roommates with the guy, aren't you?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Hey, so what has he meant to your guys' team and your program over this time?
Dion's been great. He does everything for everybody. If there's a problem in the locker room or whatever, like that needs to be addressed with the coaches or even just the team. You know, Deion's always it's kind of that guy that don't mind going and talking to somebody or, you know, trying to get something changed or, you know, whatever needs to be done, you know, and if you ask him to do something, like he'll do it. And, you know, so Deion's been great for the program since he's been here. And he's always been like that, even when he was young, like he didn't mind talking and speaking up and, you know, kind of putting himself out there. So that's, it's been really good for the team and the program as a whole, I feel like. And he always makes an impact on everybody he's around, you know, you know, he's always with a smile on his face and talking to everybody. He knows everybody by name, and you know he's just a great guy to be around and have around. You know, so.
And his nickname is Preach. Nobody calls him Deion. He says he didn't remember the last time anybody called him Deion. Is that an appropriate nickname for him? Have you heard this guy speak through the years and enjoyed it, or?
Yeah, so I mean, when we got here, we called him Preacher Man, you know, and they just kind of got shortened to Preach over the years. You know, he's great at speaking and a very godly man, you know, and he's been a lot for me just outside of football, just in my life in general, and you know, even multiple guys, you know, his Bible studies a lot with the team, you know, so it's a very accurate name, and you know, everybody calls him that, so I mean, that's just what he's known by, you know.
It seems like it's something he's going to pursue after he finishes up football. You think that's a good avenue for him, that he'll be successful in that line of work?
Yeah, for sure. You know, he thinks this is what God's calling him to do, and you know, we're both part of kind of the same campus ministry throughout the years, and you know, he's kind of taken more of a role in that. You know, he's kind of the president of our little group, so you know, he's really kind of taken that on, and you know, he's reached out to a lot of guys on the team and really been an inspiration for me and many of them, and so I think he'll be good at it. He don't mind talking to people. He loves talking about the Lord anytime. So I think he'll succeed in whatever he chooses to do. And you know, once he gets into that, like I think he'll be great at that. So excited for him.
Well, you're one of those fifth-year seniors. Is this going to be your last game with the old Mean Green?
It's really hard to know. You know, I had to break it down after the season. You know, figure out what I want to do. You know, I have strong feelings towards both. You know, I have a way I'm leaning, but you know, that's for me to know, I guess. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It could go either way at this point, but you know, I really love the game. I really love being around these guys. You know, definitely just in the tight end room. Like I'm really close to a lot of those young guys because, you know, I was kind of that guy, and you know, I had people to look up to like Kelvin and stuff like that. You know, so you know, I got to lean on them, and so I got really close with them, and I'm really close with the young guys now. So. You know, it'd be hard, you know, another year, like I said, like I really enjoy that camaraderie that you have with your team, and it's hard to replicate that in anything else, I don't think, you know. I mean, there's jobs out there that, you know, you're in a team setting, or, you know, you could have relationships that you're close with, but I think, you know, in sports, you know, it's something special, and so, you know, I really would miss that, I think it's the most than anything, but so.
Yeah, and I guess that's what I'm getting at. Isn't that kind of a weird? I mean, you're in a weird situation as a fifth-year senior. Not a lot of fifth-year seniors have been sitting there thinking about staying or going. Is that just an odd situation for you guys that are fifth-year seniors to have to kind of contemplate that after 5 years?
Yeah, I think it's just because everybody loves the game, you know, and you get to this point, like we spent so much time of our lives, you know, doing it, and you have an opportunity to do another year. Like that's very enticing, and you know, you put so much work into it, like. You don't want to just give that up. You don't want to have regrets afterwards. Like, you don't want to give it up and be like, dang, like I could have went for another year. But at the same time, like the off season's long. Like there's a lot of work to go into it, and you don't want to come back and not be fully committed to it. So I think it's something you got to weigh. Like, do you still love it, and you know, do you have that drive for it, you know? And I think it's a weird position for us, you know. As you know, sometimes you could have some guys that might get injured or something that, you know, got to fight to come back. But we got a whole group of seniors that. Are dealing with it right now, and you know, I think we each talk to each other about it, kind of, and you know, we're all in different circumstances, so it's tough to know what everybody else is going to do, but yeah, it's hard to kind of come to a conclusion of what you want to do, but you know, there's pros and cons to each, I feel like.
Oh, for sure. Well, that's what I was looking for.
And I mean, then you look at the freshmen in that room with Christian Lee and Jake Robertson, and also Asher, who's freshman. Just what have you seen from them and the way they've been able to progress throughout the year, and just where the tight end position's at moving forward?
I think from the beginning till now, like the improvement of just the mindset, be physical, and do your job. It's been astronomical. Asher's been here since last year, and his improvement from last year to this year has been huge. Just not only like his technique and everything, but like his body has completely changed. He's put on a lot of weight and he's muscled up and really big. So he has obviously a bright future just because he's so big and strong that he can move guys and do everything. He's got to continue getting better. Understanding defenses and running routes and catching the ball. Something that maybe he hasn't done as much. And then Jake's been really good as a true freshman. He played a lot last game, and he played well. He's really smart for a young guy and really good with his technique. So they have a bright future. And then the young guys that haven't really played this season, they'll go fight. I think it's the biggest thing is they tied in. We haven't got the ball much this year. It's been tough than that since, but we don't get a lot of glory for what we do, but we're involved in a lot of ways, blocking, running routes, whether even if we're not in the read, we're just kind of just a collection or something for getting a safety look at us or whatever. There's a lot of things that we got to do, a lot of small things, and those guys will go in there and fight. They may not be, Christian Lee's kind of small right now, kind of like I was when I got in the tight end room, but the biggest thing is just the mentality and just going to fight and not being scared, and I feel like everybody's got that in there. They all come to work hard, and you never have to worry about them doing the right thing. We've got a good culture in that room, just on and off the field of doing the right thing, and so it's been a pleasure working with all of them, and really excited for their future. And that's part of the reason I want to come back. I want to see what they're going to be. Not just without me. I like to see their growth. It's really exciting because I'm close with all of them, and they're all like little brothers to me. And so it's been a pleasure this year, and just excited for their futures.
Sure.
Wasn't Jake the one that got tackled by the ref, and did you guys give him a hard time about that?
Yeah, I had to give him a hard time about that. I don't even think the ref even hit him. He was right there when he caught the ball. But yeah, if you do something that looks bad on film, you're gonna get made fun of in our room a little bit. So
That was a big ref, man.
he was pretty big.
Big dude.
So
All right, man. That's what I was looking for.
Have you talked to Mason recently? He's in the playoffs up there in Oklahoma.
yeah, we talk all the time. They're doing good. He's really enjoying coaching. So
Undefeated.
yeah, he's whipping up on some Class A kids. So it's not really fair when you got a Division I quarterback and you got a former Division I quarterback coaching us. So